free safety, incumbent starter Tashawn Gibson, free agent. Jimmy Ward, free agent. And usually if the Niners haven't signed one of their free agents by now, they get away. They usually don't enter bidding wars for their own guys after free agency starts. So if those two leave, do you think the Niners will address the free safety position internally through free agency or through the draft?
So here's what I want the 49ers to do at free safety, and then I'll tell you what I think they do at free safety. What I want them to do is spend – they're going to spend somewhere, spend it on Jimmy Ward. He's worth it. He's a veteran. He's the oldest player on the team, like longest tenured player on the team. He's a leader. He's a dog. Like, he is the guy. If you're going to go re-sign somebody, sign Jimmy Ward, and then you can also pick one up 5th round, 6th round. What I think they're going to do is probably re-sign Tashawn Gibson on a short-term contract and then draft a rookie. I want them to get Jimmy Ward. I think that would bring you guys are after the Super Bowl. You want to make this Super Bowl run. To me, Jimmy Ward is a vital part of that on the defensive side. If I'm spending money on a free agent this year, it's Jimmy Ward. That's what I want them to do. I think they're probably going to go after Gibson because he's going to be cheaper, and they'll probably grab another rookie in the draft. They should definitely grab a rookie in the later rounds.
I have a feeling both Ward and Gibson are going to leave. I think Gibson is going to cash in. Like, his agent, if he's doing his job, can point to his numbers and be like, dude, my client had a better year than Talanoa. He just didn't have the marketing or whatever. He didn't have Troy Polamalu saying he's great, but he actually was better than Talanoa. So he should be getting a multi-year deal to start, and I wouldn't be surprised if he went somewhere like Houston with D'Amico. Jimmy Ward, I just feel like, yeah, he'd be great, but I still think he can get good money. And the Niners seem like they don't have any money earmarked for this position. They got Steve Wilkes coming in. He is a DB guru. I think he's going to want to draft a position. I think he's going to want to draft a safety. And I think the Niners have kind of shown that they have a new prototype at safety. Look what they did with Talanoa. Gibson had a similar skill set. They don't really seem to care about straight line speed at safety. They're playing a lot of split safety anyway. As long as you run a 4.6, a 4.65, what they want is like, fluidity in the middle in the open field and explosion and instincts and ball skills. I think if you're looking for safeties who fill that criteria and run a 4.6, 4.65, there's guys. They should probably be able to. There's tons of them. Yeah. So, I mean, you got to wait until the pro day results come in and see who really has those like sub 7 3-cone drills. But all you got to do is find a guy who like had some success in college and is like 200 pounds and run a sub 7 3-cone and it picked off some passes and is a good tackler. Man, I'm sure there's 15 of those guys. I bet you they draft one.
I think they're going to draft one either way. Excuse me. No matter whether they get another safety in free agency, whether it's Gibson, Ward, somebody else, they might do one of those things, but they're also, no matter what, the 49ers are going to draft a safety.
Well, they also have George Odom, who they signed to be a special teamer, but he got some reps at safety last year, and didn't he pick off a pass? I mean, he wasn't bad. They might give him – what they could do is give him a look and draft a guy and say, you know what, we don't have to spend $8 million a year on a safety. Although in the future, safety is an interesting position because kind of like tight end, it's important but underpaid. Yeah. Like, is safety less important than corner? I don't know, but they're cheaper. Mm-hmm. So if you notice the Chiefs last year, they were like, look, Javarius Ward, hell of a player, but we're not going to spend whatever, $17 million a year on you. Yeah. We're going to go sign Justin Reed for significantly cheaper. Yeah. And is he a worse player than Javarius Ward? I don't know. He's really good, but he's a safety. Yeah. So good position to invest in.
Either way, I think they're drafting one 5th round, maybe something like that.
Seems like a good round to draft one, considering you just got Talanoa Hufanga there, and he's a all-pro. Again, doesn't have to be fast, but you want 10-yard split, vertical, 3-cone, all that stuff has to be off the charts. And I think you're looking for a guy who's – I think another thing the Niners didn't want with Jimmy Ward is they wanted someone bigger. Gibson's 206. I think they want someone who's a little bit bigger. But I think what's also interesting about the modernization of the NFL, defense is just becoming like a bunch of safeties on defense, if you think about it. You got the safeties, and then you got like jumbo safety. Like linebackers aren't linebackers anymore. They're like 215, 220. So you got the jumbo safeties up front. Then you got like the hybrid nickel safety at nickel. I mean, pretty soon you're just going to have 7 safeties and 4 D linemen on the field. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yes, Jimmy Ward is a dog. Love Jimmy Ward. I just think that he shouldn't sell himself short, and he should go get one more payday, because I think there's going to be a team like Baltimore who wants him.
And we're going to get to the other open positions, but I feel like a lot of those other open positions you either can or have to get in the draft. You have some money to spend in free agency. Why not fucking Jimmy Ward, man? I think he's just the leader.
I don't know how much. Let's think about it though. They're going to restructure some contracts, but they're going to extend Bosa. They're going to. What else do they got? I mean, they got
to make it cheaper though, right? If they extend him, doesn't that make it cheaper for them a little bit?
Perhaps it's possible, but there's 6 positions we got to address. So they could sign Jimmy Ward, but that means you can't sign a right tackle or a center or a defense. You know what I mean? Like we're talking free safety, but we also got strong side linebacker, defensive end, center, right tackle, D tackle. So it could be Jimmy Ward, but he's like a 31-year-old DB. You might
I got 2 spots.
Forget Emmanuel. What about Emmanuel Mosley? Some people want him to come back. I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he's coming back.
I would like to get him, but I don't know if they can do it. If they bring back Ward, I don't know. That's tough.
Bosa said Mosley's coming back, but then at the combine, Lynch was talking about Diamador Lenore like he's the next All-Pro. So I'm thinking they're going to stick with Lenore.
And they got Womack, but they still need another corner, so I imagine they're going to draft one later on in this draft also. Yeah,
I would think so. Yeah. If Tavarius didn't get hurt, he would be next up, 4-3 speed. See, I think the Niners feel like they learned something from the Tavarius Moore experiment. It didn't work with him. He was a 4-3 guy that they felt like, you know what, let's just get someone with range. Like, that's the last thing they value in safeties now. They play split safeties. They don't care about single high stuff. They care about instincts and fluidity and tackling. Like, Tavarius Moore couldn't tackle. That's a big problem if you're the last line of defense. You can't play.
Yeah.
You can play. So these guys, these safeties who run fast, the Niners just put them on special teams now. George Odom runs a 4-4. Mm-hmm. Nobody in the secondary tackles like Jimmy. No, they do not. Jimmy is a legendary tackler.